Yo guys, Gluten-Free EDC here. Quick channel update. New tray. Check this out. This is from Jonah Bryant. I will tag him below. He's on Instagram. He's making awesome wood trays for EDC. Everything you could imagine. You get to pick out the wood. You can help design the style of the tray that you wanted. I wanted something simple so I could have my logo up in here. He shows you pictures all along the way, videos of the slab of wood that you choose, like what stain you want to do, what everything is going to look like. So this is kind of what I designed. I wanted some pockets up here, up top, and then a big space because I want it for the channel. And then my logo. So before I wasn't going to do white paint. I added that in after the fact, after seeing some pictures. The depth of the cut of the logo we made deeper actually, so really good stuff. He's a pleasure to work with. I could not recommend him more, guys. If you're looking for a cool EDC tray just to have on your bedside stand or for a channel or something, I highly recommend him. Super awesome dude, super awesome work. Then I have this coin. I think I'm going to include this in at least a couple videos. It's from a friend. It says, "A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor." Again, this is from a friend. Just really cool brass coin. Thick brass coin at that. But it means a lot. I know my buddy carried this a lot, and now it's mine. It was gifted to me, so hey, my channel, I'll put on there what I want, right? Now, big reason, aside from the channel update, why you came here is to see a small details overview of not a David Mosier knife. Let's dive on in and see what we got. Man, oh man. Oh yes. A Michael Raymond knives. Starlit. Starlit is the model name. So let's open her up. Botched that opening, but my goodness. So what we have here again is the Starlit model. This is in 6AL 4V titanium. And what's cool about this is it's an integral, guys. Oh yeah, integral. Beautiful. We're looking at a hand ground and hand rubbed Bowler M390 blade with a swedge. Look at that swedge. Oh my goodness. So clean, nice flat, all of its hand rubbed going in the same direction. That's nice to see. The blade itself is at 62 HRC with cryo and triple temper. On the blade you've got 2 zirconium thumb studs. Now, my buddy sent this to me to check out. This is not my knife. This is a very expensive knife. He did note this as thumb blugs. I don't know if that's just an error, misspelled word, but the thumb studs, I mean, they're really cool and they work really well. Beautiful. We've got a titanium pivot assembly with a diamond drive. Very interesting. And then you've got a recessed black lip pearl inlay. Now, before he said recessed, I hadn't realized that, but you can kind of see. You see there's like a lip there. Yeah, it's like in there. And it's gorgeous. It just seems like there's a lot of depth to that. You can see it on the other side as well. Just really cool. The bevels, so if you noticed before, they're shiny. He's referring to those with bright bevels. It's a black satin face is what he's saying. So really beautiful there. That's something you're not going to see every day. I'm not sure I've ever seen the diamond drive pivot assembly, like those collars. So that's really neat. And then you have a precision hardened stainless pivot bushing with phosphor bronze washers. So unlike many of the modern knives today running on bearings, this one is washers. And I gotta say, it reminds me of a Chris Reeve knife. That's what it really reminds me of. It's just so hydraulic feeling. So smooth. And like, once you get past that detent, oh man, that is nice. So you can slow roll it out. Can you middle finger flick this thing? On camera, especially? Ugh. Do I even want to? Yes. Oh, yeah, you could do it. Probably could do it easier, but I have a pretty tight grip on this thing because, yeah, I got to send this back to my buddy, and I'm not sending it back with any Mars or anything. So, yeah, if I can help it, right? So, let's look at the other side now. We'll get to the pocket clip. You've got 3 screws in here, so that means it shouldn't have any wiggle room. I'll lift it up. No, nothing. It's fairly sturdy down there. However, there's not much of the clip touching the scale. I thought it might be a bit too much looking at it, but in and out of pocket is a dream. So pocket clip works real well. It is pretty darn, let's close this up, safety first. It's pretty darn deep carry. You're looking at like that much knife popping out, poking out. So yeah, that's totally fine by me. The pocket clip screws, they're titanium as well. So titanium pocket clip, titanium screws. He's calling it a black satin face on the screws too. Much like the collar, I guess. There is a hidden signature on this knife. Really? A hidden signature. Now you might think, okay, it's going to be here. No. Where is it? Well, it's actually not on the blade at all. It's really well hidden. There she is. So it is pretty darn well hidden. Otherwise, you're really not going to see it. So really cool place to see that. No billboarding at all otherwise, right? You don't see it anywhere. Really beautiful knife, man. Like this drop point, it's just a classic drop point blade. You could see the plunge is just very long and elegant, right up to edge termination. So that's awesome. Really well done. Clearly made to actually use the... I don't know anyone's going to be using this knife necessarily. This is a work of art. Really a class act piece of minimalist art here. It's only weighing in at 3.5 ounces. That's pretty cool. Especially because the blade length is 3.3 inches. So the golden ratio, you'd want to see maybe 3.3 ounces, but this is an integral. There's a lot more going on to have no milling, like no recessed milling for weight reduction, and you have this whole chunk of titanium. To achieve 3.5 ounces is pretty awesome. So again, 3.3 inch on the blade, about a 3-inch cutting edge. Then you have a handle length of 4.25 inches. So an overall length of 7.55 inches. So just over a hair over 7.5 inches in total. really, really amazing stuff. Just overall, I think there's a lot of stuff that's really cool about this knife. So, perfectly centered, but let's listen to the acoustics again. So I'm going to open it up. Just sounds like solid, but then listen to the close. It's just like, even the close sounds solid. It's a pretty stout detent, not awful, not as heavy as, say, a David Mosier knife, but stout. Like, you're not shaking this out, right? Now let's look around the edge. I think this is such a cool aspect of the knife. So, and I think it's pretty artistic, honestly. So you have the swedge going around, right? And that's to soften the handle. But he did so very tastefully. So you can see it's pretty thin up here. That's at its thinnest point right there. Then it starts to widen out, right? Then it's starting to thin back out. And again, we reach another point, its thinnest point at this end. See, it goes down. Actually, it gets even thinner right here. Widens back out. Still continuing all the way around, and everything's rounded. Look at this. That's rounded where you're going to touch. Right here, not so much. Barely rounded. It's not a sharp edge. Rounded here. Then you have around the pocket clip the same thing to match. Just beautiful around the entire thing. It's just beautiful. No mark, so that's hidden in there for the detent ball. Gorgeous. Lock bar access, plenty. So this is an additional cutout. And then he matched kind of what he's doing here, cut out a little bit, and it leaves just enough to really catch your thumb, but not be painful. So you could disengage really well. And even a slow roll, you get so much lockup. And while we're here, you could see the stop pin right in there. There she is. It's just a wonderful knife. The jimping up top is beautiful. So you could really pop it out. The ergo's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. This knife, yeah, I get why you would have a feel for this, as like this would make a great EDC tool. You know, you've got up here kind of not quite locking you in, but you're not going to get up to the blade, right? And then if we look over here, it kind of swells from blade down. So you have like this line, kind of like a valley, a very shallow valley right here, concave, and then we swell up and go over here. So it's a different angle. So your thumb gently slopes into there, locks in with the jimping. Really nice. This swells out so it fills the palm. Everything's chamfered so it doesn't feel uncomfortable. This is rounded so it's not causing a hot spot. There's no hot spot on this clip at all. I don't even feel the clip. When it's in your hand, you don't even feel it. It's crazy. And yeah, this is really, really well executed to be comfortable in hand while looking minimal. And yeah, it's just very understated, but that close, I'm not sure that's coming through the sound, but maybe if I set it down. on the wood. It makes a good sound. But yeah, fantastic knife, guys. I think that's all I want to say about it. I'm going to leave it there, nice and clean. What an amazing knife. The Starlit model by Michael Raymond. Man, oh man. I did not think I'd ever be able to handle one of these, let alone share one with you guys. Again, we're talking thousands of dollars on this, so it's not for everyone. But it's a cool one to be able to check out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know this was a longer video. I wanted to take my time and really run through the little aspects of the knife that I appreciate, at least. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll end with a real quick size comparison. There's the Quiet Carry Waypoint. There's the 520, two favorite knives of mine. So you can see it is very close to a Waypoint. Very close. I think blade might be just a tad longer. Oh yeah, 325 on this, 3.3. So it is a tad longer, and then solid, you know, 1/4 of an inch at least on the handle. 3.5 inch on the 520 for the blade. So yeah, there's a quick size comparison for y'all. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, guys, it's been real. Thanks for joining in. Please subscribe for more content. Again, new tray, awesome. I'm super glad that this is the first knife on it. So until next time, guys.